Hey Trey,
Yes,
how you doing today?
doing good.
Good. You good in Egypt?
I'm okay in Egypt.
Okay, good. Good to hear. You look cute.
Thanks.
I love you.
I love you too. Bet you're wondering how we got there. Well, kids, gather around. It's story time. So Olivia and I needed to exchange some US dollars for Egyptian pounds, and fortunately, there's a bank inside of the hotel that does that. So we take $300 downstairs to exchange. Now the first 100, he's like, cool, that we can do that. The second 100, he found a small mark. It kind of looked like dirt to me, and he said he wasn't gonna be able to exchange that. Now the third 100 accidentally was one of the fake ones that we shot from the money gun in Atlanta. And so of course he was not gonna exchange that one. We immediately took it away and we're like, we're sorry, that was a mistake, don't worry about that one. Now back to these other two. The first one was good. The second one, like I said, he said it was a no-go, and we were trying to understand why it was a no-go, because it was real. All the markings were there. And so anyways, he's like, no, you guys gotta take this out to the ATM to exchange it there instead. So we take the 200s to the ATM, try to exchange it. He gives us an error number, not an error number, but an error screen, you would see it on a computer. So we called him out to help us. The first guy, he couldn't figure out what was wrong. The other guy that we had been dealing with came out to try and see what was going on with the ATM. He couldn't get it to work, and he's like, yeah, so we can't take these. I can't exchange these, and the ATM is not changing them. So basically, y'all need to go find someplace else. At this point, we just feel like he thinks we're scammers because we had that quote-unquote fake one, even though it legit says copy. It looks like a real one, but it says copy and all the things. Regardless, we're in a foreign country. They think we're scammers, basically. I'm sure of it. So we go back upstairs to break down our 100 into smaller bills and to game plan and try to find someplace else to exchange our money. Okay, so we go upstairs, get the smaller bills, and we're like, okay, well, maybe we take these down to them. And we're like, nah, at this point, like I said, they think we're scammers, so we're not even gonna try it with them anymore. So we go downstairs to, one would think that you go to the concierge. We go to the concierge. We're like, we need a bank to change cash. Of course, she points us over to the bank in their hotel. We're like, no. We told her that the reason they told us is that our bills were too large or whatever. So she has to go ask somebody a question. She walks away and then comes back to us. And she's like, can you guys Google it? She might have said something before that, but I know what her final answer was, can you Google it? She basically kind of interacted with us as if she didn't understand what we were saying. And so once she said, can you guys Google it? I was just like, okay, Libby, we're good here. We'll just figure it out on our own. So yes, we did start to Google. So we step outside the hotel to start to Google and to see if there are any taxis available. And one of the bellmen, he sees us looking completely lost, and he's like, what do you guys need? And so we're like, we need a bank to exchange currency. And so, of course, again, he points us to the bank inside the hotel. We're like, no, we can't go there. They said they can't accept our bills. They're too large. So he's looking at us like he can't believe that they said that. And he's like, give me the money. And at first we're like, wait, what? I don't know about that. But we do it. We hand him our money, and he counts it, because we tell him it's $300. He counts it. And at first it seemed like he was going to go inside and handle it himself in the bank. But he didn't wind up doing that. He wound up calling some random taxi. This taxi driver did not speak any English whatsoever, only Arabic. And so the bellman speaks to him, tells him we need currency exchange and to take us to a bank and to handle that for us. And so when this guy pulled up, it was the most beat up car ever. It was two big old cracks in the windshield. It had hella dents. The man was old, definitely 65 plus. So we're like, oh God, what is happening here?
Tremaine and I jump in the car. The bellman tells him where to drop us off, and he tells him to turn on the air. Now the driver pretends that the air is working. There's no air. There's been no air in this car in years. However, we go off. Now, at this point, I am in full on survival mode. I am like, oh my God, we're about to be kidnapped and sex trafficked. So I immediately text a friend and I'm like, hey, track us, because track us until we get back to the hotel. She responds, done. She has no clue what's happening. So I started to record like our surroundings, just in case if we are missing, you guys can find us, because you can see our last whereabouts. I am uploading this information to the cloud. I am just like nervous and panicking, like, what has happened? What have we done in Cairo, Egypt? Now we're going to be sex trafficked.
So we're in the car driving along. Again, we have no idea where he's going because the bellman didn't tell us and the driver can't tell us. And so, like I said, I must reiterate how old this car was. Not only was it old, but it was a stick shift and it didn't have that much giddy up. So we're driving along in this car, and I already told y'all how they drive in Egypt. Ain't no lane assignments or nothing. So I'm just like, please, God, protect us. And so we pull up to a Marriott. We're like, okay, we know Marriott. That's cool. So the driver dropped us off. He tries to tell us something about the pickup, and we're just like, yeah, okay, whatever. So we get out the car, go inside to their bank. Such an easy exchange. We almost like bowed down on our knees to thank the bank teller for making this process so easy. We didn't do that, but that's how we felt inside. He took care of us. We got the currency exchange. We walk out of the hotel. Our driver isn't there. So I'm like, okay, babe, maybe we should walk down to the parking lot, because that seems like a logical explanation for where the driver may be waiting. The driver is not there in the parking lot. So I'm like, I don't know what to do, but it's not like we have a number to call him or whatever. So we walk back up to the front, and a couple seconds later, he pulls up in his lovely car, and we hop in. We ride home back to our hotel, and it couldn't have been more of a better story of how this ended. Like, we're like about to get up into the front door, and then his shift starts messing up the clutch. I start to smell it burning. I'm like, y'all know my first car was a stick shift, so I kind of know what's happening. And I'm just like, please, somebody help this man. He finally gets up on the little hill of the driveway in front of our hotel. We get out. The bellman tells us the price. We pay him the money. We go inside our hotel, just thanking the Lord that we got back safely in one piece. Remember that clip from the beginning? Well, here's the full version. Well, that concludes story time. And see, y'all, we weren't exaggerating. So once we get back to the hotel, we obviously have to get something to eat and relax after that interesting experience. And then we get ready for our only excursion of the day, which was dinner on the Nile River. Now, before we get into the actual excursion, now would be the perfect time to say that Egypt is not a very gay-friendly country. So this whole trip, Olivia and I have been telling people that we're best friends. Typically, they ask us, are we sisters? And no, we say no, we're best friends. And it's this event is quite romantic, gotta say. This dinner on the Nile River is quite romantic. And so it was funny us trying not to be romantic with each other. And so if you see any pictures from this day and us looking very awkward, it's because we're trying not to be lovey-dovey like we normally would in pictures. And so our tour guide, Mohammed, very nice guy. Of course, we tell him we're best friends. He leads us down to where our boat is docked, and we chill out here in this nice little green space until our boat is ready.
So as we set sail, this cruise offers dinner and drinks and dessert. So we were given the option of this vegetarian Egyptian meal, which was really delicious. They had ordered us takeout, so another boat actually rode it up to us in another boat and dropped it off. And then we had very traditional Egyptian desserts. There was this donut option that was really good. I didn't eat it because it was very, very sweet. But overall, the dinner night was beautiful.
And once the sun went down, the party went up, and the captain got up and started dancing. And then the captain's assistant joined in on the fun. Then we went back in time to 1996 to do the Macarena.
Since the captain's assistant has decided to show us his dances, I decided to show him an American phenomenon, the electric slide. It would really help though if I knew it myself.
Never thought I'd be able to say that I did the electric slide in Egypt. That was pretty cool. And I got to give it up to the captain's assistant. He gets an A for effort. He had all the rhythm in all the other dances, but when it came to electric slide, this one gave him a little bit of trouble. But he stuck with it, though. So they let us take over the aux cord, and you already know what I had to play. Then our tour guide suggested we slow dance, and we were very confused. We're like, did he find us out? Does he know we're together? And I don't think he did. He just suggested we slow dance. It was weird. And so obviously we were not going to actually slow dance like we would actually slow dance. This is what we picked. After a little bit more dancing, we calmed it down just to take it all in and to head on back to the dock for a lovely end to a lovely evening.
So we head back to the hotel, and it wasn't that late, so we decided to head up to the rooftop of the hotel, and lo and behold, there is a show happening, and we are here for it. How was your day, Trey?
Adventurous.
You had an adventurous day?
I did.
I can't wait till you tell me all about it.
I mean, end of the night with the belly dancer.
Okay, that's something.
Yeah.
That is for sure something.
Yeah.
All right, I love you.